but you know that. Or for that matter, tax evasion, sale tax above all. And I, as an entrepreneur, was very happy, frankly, when VAT was announced. Many of my fellow entrepreneurs opposed it, but maybe they did not understand it. Now, value-added tax is all over the world. Pakistan is one of the exceptions. Now, value-added tax means what? That everyone pays the taxes, right from the lowest to the highest. And if it was applied, or if now they say that it will be applied from October onward, well, perhaps it will not only tax everybody, but will also give you sufficient revenues. I don't know why there was no consensus upon it. I pity myself, frankly. Our legislators, mostly come from the villages. And permit me to say, they do not know even the village economy. Not to talk of the urban economy or the national economy or the international economy. And they start objecting upon things which actually are harmful for the nation as a whole. To my mind, perhaps VAT suffered because of this lack of understanding at the provincial level and at even the level of the traders, much less the industrialists. I would still welcome it, Now the rates of sale tax are from 16 to 25. And if it becomes 15% for everybody, the share is burden. And imagine, what is the state of affairs, say, for example, in India? The sale tax in India is 5% to 12%, depending upon the state, to state. Or for that matter, income tax in India is 30% as against 35% in Pakistan. There is no turnover tax in Pakistan. No, there is no turnover tax in India, which is here in Pakistan. Or for that matter, in India, the cost, the socio-physical infrastructure cost is 2/3 of Pakistan. So the cost of manufacturing over there is much less than us. And above all, in India there is a tariff barrier, which means if you qualify for everything, then there is a tariff barrier, whatever it may be. Now, Pakistan, frankly, allow me to say, is a paradise for smuggling, under advising, particularly sale tax evasion. Now, what then entrepreneur was expecting from this in the changed circumstances was that at least this part of availability of the foreign goods, with due deference to the ladies, from surkhi powder to a car or a motorcycle, of course, which I make, you go and you can even have yogurt, or milk and all that, These were the situation that the entrepreneur was expecting. And it has been expecting, and it will go on expecting, According to a study made by the FBR, jointly with the World Bank, 57% of the economy is underground. And that amounts to about 5,000 billion. And bear with me a true story, which I in fact wrote when Mr. Shaukat Tareen was the finance minister, of the American investor. The American investor had invited some Pakistanis, and there were the Americans very, very high ups. And Pakistanis, as we are, on a get-together like this, start speaking, sometime not appropriately, but then, oh, you Americans have done this and done that. You don't allow us the aid and loan and credit. You come and use us and go away. You don't give us the access to your country. The ambassador was feeling very embarrassed, very, very embarrassed, and she then spoke out. Gentlemen, do you know 57% of your economy is underground? Do you know that you have no access to your own economy? Where do you want access to USA or UK or here or there, You first do have access to your own. And perhaps you will come to the conclusion that you don't need us at all. Your country is a great country, agriculture, and this, that, and all that, and I have been here for a very, 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 very long time. So gentlemen have access to your own economy, to your own country. Now, this is what actually entrepreneur wants. This is actually what the entrepreneur was expecting, But why not? Why not? Documentation has been an issue. It has been a problem. And in the last 62 years, we have not been able to do it. When are we going to do it? Frankly, some of us thought maybe this year, and some of us even thought that VAT is a mechanism to documentation. But unfortunately, this has been postponed, and I wish it is applied in October, and it's not postponed further, Now, having said this, may I invite your attention to another fact, and that is, luckily, our economy is a viable economy. For the last 62 years, our average GDP growth has been over 5%, which is not bad. And this year, in the world over, Pakistan is among the 8 countries where the GDP growth is positive. Now, how is that? My personal experience has been, number one, our worker is one of the best workers in the world. You only have to give him a sense of direction. You only have to give him respect. You only have to give him recognition and reward. 3 R's. Allow me to say, our professional is also one of the best in the world. They are in demand, and sometimes you feel short of them. Our bankers all over the world are in